3 on 3 will show today its first trip since the beginning of the pandemic. We visited Cancun and showed how the safety procedures are at airports, hotels, and tours. 3 on 3 is taking its first trip in 8 months, and today we're going to show a bit of what it's like to travel during the pandemic. The destination will be Mexico, one of the few countries open to Brazilians right now. We're going to take a look at the safety procedures that are happening, both in hotels and on flights, airports, and we'll give our opinion. Before boarding, I want to clarify that this episode is not sponsored. We're paying for both the flight, the hotel, and the tours out of our own pocket to really show how things are. Let's start with Guarulhos Airport. We've never seen it so empty. The check-in area was deserted. A kiosk is available to conduct COVID tests, providing results within 4 hours as required by some countries for entry. One more thing, at least now in October when this episode was recorded, none of the very important person lounges are open. They're all closed. The duty-free shops are operating normally, but many of the other stores remain closed. This is insane. Check out the current situation at Brazil's busiest airport. It's not surprising, given there were only 8 international flights that day. Safety procedures are standard. People consistently wear masks. And here's a tip, bring your hand sanitizer in your backpack or purse. You can bring up to 100 ml into the boarding area. During boarding, they checked our temperature and we maintained social distancing as much as possible. I chose a window seat to avoid people passing by, and luckily no one sat next to me on any of the flights. There's no in-flight magazine, and remember, I must wear a mask throughout the flight. The flight was smooth and uneventful, just like usual. Regarding the in-flight service, there were 2 meals, a lunch that was actually pretty tasty, and a snack before landing. Entertainment included recent movies. Impressively, no one stood up after landing and people exited by rows. At Mexico City Airport, things are similar but slightly more crowded. Precautions remain the same. Everyone wears masks, hand sanitizer is readily available, and I'm now waiting for my connection to Cancun. The flight was smoother and empty, allowing me to rest until reaching the destination, Cancun. We arrived at the Rio Cancun Hotel, and on the first morning I enjoyed a spectacular view from the room. All the hotel rooms face the sea. So get used to this view because you'll be spending most of your time at the pool and on the beach. Masks are mandatory in common areas, but outdoors they are optional. Guys, here at the pool you don't need to wear a mask, so I'm not wearing one right now. But look, even because when you get in the pool, there's no way to wear a mask, but you can just relax. The chairs are well spaced apart from each other, so you can stay safe and still have fun. The pool bar is great and has a ton of different drinks to try. Just be careful not to embarrass yourself. It's an all-inclusive setup with food and alcoholic drinks included. Self-service buffet available for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But we usually went to one of the 5 a la carte restaurants that are also included in the daily rates. And when we were watching the evening show, we had no idea what would happen the next day. And now for the last personal news, a hurricane is about to hit here in Cancun. They say it's Category 1, but it could get stronger up to Category 4, so the hotel has already asked us not to leave the hotel. A dry law has been put in place, so they can't serve alcoholic drinks, probably so people don't get crazy and want to go out in the wind. But we're safe, because there's a whole infrastructure prepared to handle these hurricanes, since this is a region that, whether we like it or not, can have these natural disasters. While Hurricane Delta was Category 1, life was normal, aside from having to stay in our room during the storm. But then they started taking everything down and the new information came that it would be Category 4, so we had to evacuate the city. Guys, look, I'm here in the lobby of the Rio Cancun Hotel, and everyone is going to be evacuated to Playa del Carmen because we won't be able to spend the night here at the hotel. The hurricane is predicted to be Category 4, one level below the maximum strength. So let's protect ourselves, right? Let's go. They're even making some food kits that we're gonna take with us to eat during the night. If all goes well, we'll return to this hotel tomorrow. All the hotel staff were fantastic and always brought us the latest information very calmly. We took the buses and traveled the 60 kilometers to Playa del Carmen, our refuge. We just arrived at Rio Playa del Carmen, where we'll spend the night. Everyone is checking in. It has been clarified that this is a refuge and shelter. There won't be room service, a restaurant, or anything else. The room is just for us to spend the night safely. We're arriving now. And it's a hotel that was shut down because of COVID, right? The hotel is now reopening as a shelter. I just arrived at my room. Check it out. The room isn't ready yet, with sheets left behind. I'll tidy up to sleep tonight. They implemented a lockdown for our safety, and that's the situation. But there's something here that we didn't have before because of COVID. These bottles here. We were able to have a drink with friends until 10:30, which is the time you should go back to your room. Good morning, everyone. It's 5 in the morning. I woke up to the sound of rain and wind. 5 o'clock was when the hurricane was supposed to be closest to us, and it's really windy. It's raining a lot. This little grid that you see here, that's in the video I just showed, is like a protective screen they put in front of the balcony. I don't know if I managed to convey what it's really like here, but it's really a very strong wind. I think I've never been this close to something like this in my life. Well, now it's time to sleep, right? There's nothing else to do. I just recorded this footage right in front of my room, okay? The wind is very strong, giving you a better sense of the conditions. And what's impressive is that we still have power here, right? Back in São Paulo, if someone just trips on the street, the power goes out. And the next day... Look, everyone, this here's the Africa village. There are a lot of fallen trees. Many of the trees were cut down by the hotel staff to prevent them from falling on people. They've already cleaned up a bit because this morning it was messier than this. And it was the whole thing, right? So if here, which is a little over 60 kilometers from where the eye of the hurricane passed, which was Cancun, looks like this, just imagine how the city must have ended up, right? It must have been really bad. I haven't seen any images from there yet, but let's see, right, how things are. We spent the whole day in the shelter and only went back to Cancun the next morning. On the way, we could see the damage from the hurricane. Well guys, we just arrived here now at the Rio Cancun Hotel. Inside the hotel, everything is perfect. It's as if nothing happened. But fortunately, it seems there were no victims, no deaths, and also no injuries. Look, they're really well prepared for this because it happens a lot. Here at the pool, everything is already back to normal. If you look back there, not even the trees fell. None of the windows broke, so you can see how the infrastructure here is already prepared for this. And now, life goes on as normal. Well guys, we're going to at least take a trip after everything that happened. AT Travel is here to pick us up, and we'll show you a bit of Xcaret. Our private van arrived at the scheduled time, and soon after we were already on our way to the park. Well, we've arrived here at Xcaret. Before entering, they check your temperature and you have to wear a mask the whole time, right? Except when you go to the pools. Xcaret is one of the most traditional attractions in Cancun. The kids love it. It's a place to spend the whole day since there are more than 50 attractions spread throughout the park, all very well signposted. Just follow the paths marked on the ground. We began with the most traditional activity, swimming through the underground river. It goes through the entire park. You swim and float through the crystal clear waters until you reach the beaches, each one more beautiful than the last. If you get the Plus ticket, it gives you the right to have lunch at any of the 5 restaurants here. Another COVID prevention measure here is that you don't touch the food tongs, right? You tell them what you want and the staff will serve it for you. There's much to do, including snorkeling with gear included in the ticket. Don't miss out. Besides visiting the impressive marine animals section, the aquarium is a must-see to check out the various fish from Mexican wildlife. There are many animals to see up close, like turtles and manatees. There are even rays and sharks that you can swim with for an extra fee. The park also features dolphins and various other small animals throughout. The tour with T-Travel costs $129 for the basic package and $169 with lunch per person, with hotel transportation included. Oh, and don't leave before taking a look at the Mayan ruins at the Orchidarium. You can see everything from the observation tower. If possible, stay for the nighttime show Mexico Spectacular. It's really worth it. If you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe to our channel. More information in the video post, tresmtres.com.br Cancun 2. Thank you and see you next time.